Now, with today's primary having higher turnout than in past election years, Rhode Island's polls have been busy.
And we've been monitoring the voting situation all day long in light of the state's decision to only open a fraction of the polling places. Eyewitness News reporter Julianne Pixoto continues our campaign 2016 coverage live in North Providence.
Well, you can see behind me, it's basically a full house here. I'm going to get out of the way to give you a closer look. We're here at the St. Lawrence Columbus Club in North Providence. The warden at this polling place says he's surprised by the immense turnout. In fact, more than 1,200 people have cast ballots here so far today, and he hasn't seen this many voters in past primary elections. He also says overall, things have been relatively uneventful so far. A dreary but otherwise smooth primary election day.
Someone coming in at the wrong polling place or didn't have the proper identification. So it was kind of small hiccups. But as far as I know right now, they haven't had any lines or backups, and everything so far is working smoothly.
Common Cause Rhode Island Executive Director John Marion tells Eyewitness News the majority of calls he's vetted have been questions about where to vote. He says complaints over long lines ended after the morning rush from 7 to 9 a.m.
I vote all the time, but this year more important because, of course, you know, all the controversy of the country dividing and this party's doing this party's doing that. So I think it's important for my vote. I think it counts.
With about 2/3 of polling places closed this primary election, some voters complained about the lack of accessibility at their newly assigned sites.
This is 100 Atwells Avenue. It's very difficult to park here. It's a very congested area. You know, I parked on Broadway and walked over, but that's not easy for everybody to do, especially in the rain today.
Many are calling this a rare Rhode Island primary that matters. So how has voter turnout been? The answer to that coming up tonight, new at 6. Reporting live with the Northwest Mobile Newsroom, Julianne Pixoto, Eyewitness News.
Today is one of the most high-profile presidential primaries since Rhode Island started holding them in 1972.
And we have in-depth coverage for you tonight. Eyewitness News reporter Perry Russum is standing by at Clinton's campaign office.
Kim Kalunian is at Sanders' office.
Steph Machado is covering the Republican Party candidates.
But first, let's go to Julianne Pixoto, who's live at a polling place in North Providence with information on today's potentially record-breaking voter turnout. That's new at 6.
That's right, and at this polling place, it's basically a full house. Polls do close in about 2 hours at every polling place here at the St. Lawrence Columbus Club in North Providence, which you're seeing right now, and people evidently didn't let the dreary day keep them from casting ballots. The Rhode Island Board of Elections tells us it expects a higher than usual voter turnout today.
You're looking at possibly maybe a 32% this time.
Every vote counts, and I really am pro-women and pro college education and healthcare.
Only about 1/3 of Rhode Island's polling places were open this primary election, and some worried about the accessibility of these locations to the elderly, whose housing facilities are usually polling sites.
I think they've disenfranchised those people that live in those facilities that are handicapped. Some of the senior citizens, they don't have transportation.
But Board of Elections Chairman William West says residents had plenty of access to absentee ballots.
People have had the opportunity to get mail-in ballots. We've had, I believe, over 6,000 mail-in ballots returned already.
West says so far only one polling place has experienced a ballot machine breakdown, and overall this important primary election has run smoothly.
The candidates are looking for those numbers, and right now the numbers are pretty close, so we're in a good spot.
We just got off the phone with the Board of Elections, and as of 3 p.m., a sample shows the estimated voter turnout is at about 14%. But again, the board does expect near record-breaking turnout by the end of the day. Polls close at 8 p.m. Reporting live with the Northwest Mobile Newsroom, Julianne Pixoto, Eyewitness News.